Yes, indeed. B Marsh Boxing back at it with another post-fight review, and this was for the vacant IBF flyweight title, and this fight was between Moruti Mthalane from South Africa versus Pakistan's own Muhammad Waseem. Oh man, this was a very entertaining fight. The best fight of the night, in my opinion. You know what I mean? A lot was at stake. The vacant IBF 112-pound title, flyweight. And man, this was an interesting fight, man. I caught it from round three. That's where I started watching it from. And the man Moruti was putting a lot of pressure, you know what I'm saying, throwing combinations, walking the man Wasim down, you know what I'm saying, throwing straight right hands that were landing straight down the pipe, throwing the body shots, just applying pressure and volume punching, just like I thought he would from my prediction when I mentioned that that's his key to victory, throwing the combinations and volume punching. You know what I'm saying? And round three and four, I gave it to the man Moruti. Round five and six, I gave it to the man um, Prince Wasim. Oh, excuse me, Wasim Muhammad. You know what I mean? Wasim started now picking off the shots of Moruti. You know what I mean? Using his jab, doubling up his jab, throwing the body shots. You know what I'm saying? And just picking apart the man Moruti. You know what I mean? Even though Moruti was coming forward, but his punch output dropped in those rounds. You know what I'm saying? So basically, after 10 rounds, I had it a draw. You know what I mean? I had it 5 rounds apiece. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'd only watched it from the third round, but I did go back and catch the first 2 rounds, and that made the difference in my scorecard. Anyways, the man Maruti um, was coming on strong in the championship rounds, you know what I'm saying? I had him winning round 10, but round 11, he got caught with a left hand on the ropes, you know what I mean? The man Prince Wasim shifted his stance from the orthodox to southpaw, and he caught the man with a beautiful left hand. Flush right on the nose, a punch that the man Maruti didn't see coming, busted up his nose. Man was even leaking, and it didn't look good from that point because basically the fight was in the balance going into the championship rounds. Because after 10 rounds, I had it 5 rounds apiece, and round 12, Prince Wasim looked like he was gonna come on strong, picking him apart. You know what I'm saying? Throwing the left hand, throwing his right hand down the pipe. You know what I mean? And the man Prince Wasim was looking good early, but what's his name? Muthalini weathered the storm and fought back in that 12th round to make it a very close round. You know what I'm saying? Very even round. It could have gone either way. I edged that round out to the man, what's his name, Wasim. So overall, when I first watched it after 3 rounds, I had it 114 to 113 in favor of the man. I had it a draw, 6 rounds apiece, but the difference was the round 11 knockdown from Prince Wasim dropping Moruti Muthalini in the 11th. You know what I'm saying? The difference was a knockdown. But when I watched the first 2 rounds, I had those rounds for the man Moruti. You check it. So overall, when I did rescored the fight with the first 2 rounds, I had this fight 7 rounds to 5 in favor of the man Moruti Muthalini. You know what I'm saying? 115 to 113 was my scorecard. You know what I mean? The difference was a knockdown, but overall, I had Moruti winning 7 rounds out of 5. You know what I mean? I just thought he was the more busier fighter, put the pressure more, and took the fight more to Wasim. Wasim did have some nice punches in there, you know what I'm saying? He did have some nice clean punches, but the harder, more effective punches, in my opinion, came from the man Maruti. Even though Maruti did get caught in round 11, you know what I'm saying? But these two guys were going for the gusto. They were trading, especially in round 8. You know what I mean? Round 8, these guys started going to war. Round 8, 9, 10, all the way till the very end of the fight, which made this very compelling fight, and I'm glad the South African won it. You know what I mean? We got another champion from Africa. I'm proud of the guy. You know what I'm saying? Moruti from South Africa, a two-time champion with the same belt. He used to have the IBF title until he had to vacate. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't getting the fights that he wanted, but hopefully now that he's a world champion, somebody will be gunning for him at 112. You know what I mean? I'd like to see the man fight any of the other champions at 112 because the man doesn't really have much time. He's at an advanced age of 35. He beats the 30-year-old Wasim, who was an amateur standout. But I just thought that the pro level guy, the guy's been in the pros longer, was going to win the fight, and eventually that's what happens. Just some sort of similar to what happened with Carlos Canizales versus Lubin tonight. The more experienced fighter got it done. Be Marsh Boxley, your thoughts and comments. I'm going. Peace.